Welcome back to Gooner Pavilion. This one is a special edition because the fixture list is out and I haven't had the time to, jump in. So I am going to react to the fixture list, and we've got a lot to unpack, right? What it means for Arsenal, and I also want to look at the question: does the fixture list impact the title? I know everyone has got their views about this, so I do want you guys to jump on this as well. So hit that like and subscribe button. But more importantly, I want to see you in the comment section as well. What do you think about the fixture list? Does it impact the title? Is there anything? Is there something? Or is there nothing? Right, when it comes to the fixture list, we'll get through all of that in a second. Um, let's get straight into it. So let's look at the first 10 games. So that's a natural place for everyone to start. First 10 games, we'll get into it. Away to Manchester United, home to Leeds, away to Liverpool, home to Nottingham Forest. Then you've got a home to Manchester City, away to Newcastle, home to West Ham, away to Fulham, home to Crystal Palace, and then away to Burnley. Whew, that is a challenging start. Four away games against United, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Burnley. I know Burnley have just come up from the championship, but then you throw in Man City, right, at the Emirates. Whew, and you've got five of the first 10 that could genuinely test this squad. People are talking about Arsenal already being behind the title race by the time this is over. What do you guys think, about this? Now let's look at the Christmas crunch season, time in the season, right? So you've got during the festive period, you've got away to Everton, always a tricky place for us to go, especially now with David Moyes back in the Rams. You got home to Brighton, home to Aston Villa, and then an away to Bournemouth. And listen, this is a season where people are going into the World Cup, as well. So, yeah, that's going to be challenging. So let's put a pin to that. Now, the final 10 games. Let's look at the final 10 games for Arsenal. We got home to Chelsea, away to Brighton, home to Everton, away to Wolves, home to Bournemouth. And up until then, I'm thinking, yeah, there's some games there, I think might be some problems, but I think you would expect Arsenal to do well in those games. Then you've got home to Bournemouth, away to Manchester City. Now, really depending on where Champions League is, that might be starting a run of some interesting fixtures because you've got away to Manchester City, then you've got home to Newcastle. Tough games. It's home to Fulham, away to West Ham, and then home to Crystal Palace. Now, I mean, that is not the worst fixture list in the world, if I'm completely honest, right? Those last 10 games, I think they're doable, um, especially when you're playing at home to Newcastle. I think that's better than playing away to Newcastle in that stretch. But home times against Chelsea, Newcastle, Fulham, Palace, but it's that trip to the Etihad, right? That's what everyone is circling in. That could be where the title is won and lost if Arsenal and Manchester City are going head to head. I know what people are going to say. We're not ignoring Liverpool, but just for the context, of this, it could be interesting because there's an opportunity for those two teams to take points from each other. So, I mean, people are going to say it doesn't matter, right? When you play teams, you got to play them all, right? You got to play all the teams. And ideally, sure, it shouldn't matter, but football isn't clean. I think we saw that last season. Injuries, fatigue, form, red cards, they hit hard and unpredictably. I mean, last season, Arsenal got hit early, really got hit early. We had a combination of red cards plus injuries early in the season. So, and these things cost points in crucial games. And it meant that Arsenal were always playing catch up. And after a while, it's very difficult, right, to play catch up. It wears you down the more injuries you get. Your squad becomes a little bit tired as well. So, is it better to play your toughest rivals early on when everyone's fresh? I do want that actually. I want to play Manchester City. I want to play Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea. All of those people. I want to play them with our full team, because it feels like most times when we go and play these teams, we're always missing someone, a key player not missing. We have to adjust the squad, and it makes me feel like we never go into that. Being our full self with all the potential that we can actually beat those teams. So I want to play them early. I want to play them when everyone is available. That's my take. But what do you guys think? Is it easier or better to play Liverpool early on? Or do you want to wait and see when they get into a bad patch of form, which no one ever knows? But what do you guys think? When is the best time to play any of the rivals, because that's a real dilemma. And then, if you look past champions, right, they've always benefited from a smart fixture layout, right? Let's not kid about that. Easier runnings, smoother transitions post Europe. It makes a difference if you're playing away in the Champions League than playing away to a place like Newcastle, or you're going to Aston Villa, or you're going to Chelsea, right? Always difficult, right? Arsenal post Champions League fixtures windows this season might be decisive. It might be key into determining what Arsenal finishes with at the end of the season. We'll break down Liverpool and City's calendar in another episode, but I wanted to just focus on Arsenal. We get first dips. This is an Arsenal channel, so we get first dips on the fixture list. But what do you guys think, Gunners? Do this fixture help or hurt Arsenal's title challenge? It's closing run a gift or a trap? Um, would you prefer tough games early or late? Right. Let me know. Send in your thoughts. Send in what you think. Put that in the comment section as well. And I'll check the best ones, right? And I'll feature them on the channel. But that's it for this very special edition of just the fixture release. We're gonna go back to transfer podcast and transfer talks. And yeah, I think we're all scratching our heads with that one, Arsenal fans. What is making us so slow? And it's becoming very difficult to find creative ways to talk about Arsenal in the transfer window, because it's the same target, it's the same players, but nothing seems to be happening. So we're going to try and find another angle to it. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay locked into the channel. More importantly, please share this with every Arsenal fan as well. And I'll see you in the next one.